I just finished season 1 and holy moly, what a way to end that show. I have so many things to talk about because I want to be honest with you. This show was trash. Well, of course, not really. Let me reiterate that. This show was so trashy, it's good. Literally the junk food of anime. Let me start off by saying Ayanokoji had a really bad first impression on me. There's just something about his character that I don't really like. Maybe because of his demeanor or the way he talks sounds a little annoying. So it took me a while to really soften up to him. And the solution was quite simple, which I'm glad the show continued with. Stop putting all the focus on him. Yes, he's the main character, and yes, we want to know what's going on in his head. But in my opinion, that makes this anime hit less harder than if we never knew what's going on in his mind. The reason ayanokoji works after that first few episodes was because we barely hear him talk. We don't know what he's thinking, and he seems quite observant with his surroundings while revealing practically nothing about him. When not only the people around him don't understand him, but us, the audience as well, makes everything that he does even more impactful. It's in his character, so it's only appropriate that we experience the same thing everyone experiences around him. But I want to get the bad apples out before I glaze the living hell out of the show. And there's only 2, so don't worry if you think it ruined the show for me. The first one being Kushida. And by the way, her name sounds like Kushieda from Toradora. And if you've seen my video on that anime, you know how I feel about that girl. Ironically enough, they both have the same personalities. Happy and cheerful on the outside, but very aggressive and the type to lash out behind the mask. So that was kind of interesting. Anyway, just a funny coincidence I noticed. Going back, Ayanokoji found out about Kushida's true personality. At that time, I was just laughing it out. It didn't seem crazy to me that she's the type to put up a facade, but you're not tough kicking a metal fence just because you're jealous a girl is getting more attention than you. So I was pretty excited with how Ayanokoji was going to react to this. But we all know he wasn't the type to show any emotion. I wanted to see how he was going to approach this. But guess what? She tries to frame him for rape even though she doesn't have any proof of it. And you know what she does? She grabs his hand and places it on her chest so his fingerprints are on her uniform. I'm sorry, but couldn't he just reacted and pulled away? It just seems illogical. She's on the losing end, but Ayanokoji makes it harder for himself? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he has some hidden agenda or plan for letting it happen, or he knew later down the line it wouldn't really matter. It's not like Kushida blackmailed him anymore, so nothing came out of that as well. Not to mention, doesn't she laundry her clothes, so that would just clean the marks? I mean, oh well, yeah, that was just the first one. But I couldn't believe the second one was even worse. Now we all know who Sakura is. Pink hair, unreliable, and is very indecisive. Wait, that's a different anime. I meant Airi Sakura. I like her a lot. She doesn't seem to be a bad person from all I've seen, so she's not the reason why I didn't like a part of this show. It's what she does. Or should I say, whoever wrote it deserves to be called out for it. Honestly. You know that moment when Sakura was being followed by the pervert stalker? Yeah, I have so many problems with that scene. So hear me out. Are you telling me that Sakura, who was in a public space, a shopping area to be exact, thought that the best course of action was to speed up her pace, leave the area, go to a dark secluded alleyway where no one is near and she could be taken advantage of without any witness? Excuse me, but that just sounds like a load of bollocks. Why wasn't her first instinct to stick with a group of people or go inside a store? I won't doubt she has instincts for self-preservation, but you're telling me she couldn't go up to a store clerk or a security guard to ask for help? What if she never called Ayanokoji? What if there wasn't any CCTV cameras in that alleyway? Like, I don't get it. I don't want to blame her because I know she doesn't have that much confidence, but surely she has instincts or an innate feeling to protect herself. I can only blame whoever wrote that scene did it just so they could make something out of a problem so preventable. It was genuinely annoying. But I'm glad there was cameras and people who came to help her, so there's that. Fortunately, those were the only 2 ones I didn't like. But the rest, I did enjoy. I want to start off by saying I like Horikita. At least she doesn't put up a fake character. But she's pretty straightforward. Her brother doesn't look at her equally, and she wants his recognition by going to A class. Other than that, there's really not much to say about her. I guess it's also because of what Ayanokoji thinks of her and the rest. Tools for his own gain, or whatever goal he has. Now, I could say a lot of things with that way of thinking, but when you consider how the world of Classroom of the Elite is, I can let it slide. Although, I want to mention this. I hate characters like Ryuin. Listen to me real quick. It's clear he has an interest in Horikita, that's for sure. Now, may that be in a revenge sort of way or to conquer her, which if you want to know what I think about that, I hate it. Or should I say, I'm pissed off at it. I've seen some pretty shit stories about guys like that in real life and in anime or manga. I absolutely despise them. But now we have a clear vision of who our enemies are. Or at least, me personally, characters I would go up against if I were Ayanokoji. That would be Horikita's brother, Ryuin, Katsuragi, and even Kushida. The rest are either not threatening enough for me to care, or maybe in the future they end up turning into enemies. All of the arcs in this show was enjoyable, but to me, the Island Exam arc was by far the best in terms of characters, stakes, and especially the payoff. This is the arc where my whole opinion about Ayanokoji changed. There were moments I tried doing my own work as well. When Katsuragi was seen holding the leader card, I thought there's a possibility he did that on purpose. But I only got it after he said there could be eavesdroppers around, so I just put the pieces together and assumed the leader was the other guy, someone who's inconspicuous. The rest though, I didn't even try predicting anymore. When one of the girls' underwear and Horikita's keycard got stolen, I didn't want to believe Ibuki did it, one of Ryuin's pawns. The reason why was because it just seemed so obvious. Everyone else pointed at Ibuki, so I thought surely someone else was doing it. I even blamed Kushida thinking she was jealous. Nope, I got it all wrong. The whole time, it was Ibuki. What I didn't expect was Ryuin still being on the island even though all of C-Class left. They had this whole segment of letting Ryuin yap away along with Katsuragi, how they outsmarted each other and the other classes. At that moment, I knew something was brewing. Then they started announcing the rankings. C-Class, dead last. A-Class, third place. B-Class, second. And finally, D-Class, first. And my goodness, seeing the smile get wiped off of their faces was so satisfying that I immediately realized this was a trashy anime all along. And I loved every second of it. Imagine you're Ryuin, working your ass off and hiding in the jungle, outsmarting A-Class only to lose everything by being outplayed by the guy you didn't even notice while you were getting horny over Horikita, you cocksucker! Not to mention, Katsuragi is a bald-headed fraud. This dude really thought he was him, only to get packed and embarrassed from his shiny scalp and butt-chin looking ass. That shit was so satisfying to watch. They literally let Ryuin yap like he was the main character. Brody, you got outsmarted by the man named Ayanokoji who took a gamble by making sure Horikita gets sick enough that on the last day she drops, he takes the card, guesses everyone's leaders, and comes out on top. Let me tell you this, humiliation upon humiliation for the rest of the classes. Minus B class, cause they were chill enough and cool that I thought Ayanokoji deciding not to guess their leader was a smart choice so that they don't end up having any sour feelings for D class. And I'm not gonna lie, I really want to put Nisei Monogatari on hold. I love Monogatari. That anime was freaking good. But I'm sorry, I really want to eat some junk food first. Let's leave the fine dining for later. And mind you, there's still 2 more seasons of this. 26 episodes to be exact. I know that doesn't really sound like a lot, and I'm gonna agree with that. But I really don't care. I just want to see more of this. I am genuinely so excited when Ayanokoji starts to topple down some of the big names in this show without needing to reveal who he is. Remember that scene when everyone thought Horikita planned out the island exam victory? That was so cathartic. Because no one will ever suspect it was Ayanokoji who did everything to attain that victory. I mean, the teacher knows who he is, but it doesn't matter. But the teacher kinda bad though, like, let's be for real here. Anyways, that was freaking amazing. I can't wait to watch season 2, because I'm really excited who he goes up against. Maybe the student council president, or even Sakayanagi. But you'll just have to wait for me to finish it. Well, this is Aaron. Classroom of the Elite was absolutely elite. That was a pretty bad joke. Have a blessed day, afternoon, evening, everyone. I'll see you on the next video. Sayonara.